right, Matt. Second fight on the main card, UFC Busan coming at us this Saturday, early morning here on the East Coast in North America. Matt, our second fight, it's at middleweight. You've got Jun Yong Park, his second appearance in the UFC. You've got Marc-André Barriault, the power bar. He is Quebecois. We have to say that now. Former TKO champ at middleweight and at light heavyweight. And a big win over Adam the War Master Hunter from Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, where we're filming from. So I just want to throw that out there. But Matt, this is kind of a weird fight to try and preview because Jun Yong Park in his one fight in the UFC took on Anthony Hernandez, and it was a tough one for him. It was a really, really tough fight. And for Marc-André Barriault, listen, I mean, he got matched up against some tough fighters in Andrew Eldierte Sanchez as well as Christoph Jotko in his last one this past summer, and they did not go well.
No, they didn't. But the problem with Barriault is he has a very grind-heavy style, but he doesn't really have the cardio to keep up with his own style, and that's really going to hurt him in this fight. Now, the good thing is you're not dealing with a guy who has cardio like a Max Holloway or like a Kamaru Usman who can just keep that pace up the whole time. As we saw in Park's one and only UFC fight, he kind of gassed midway through the second round. Now, yes, the workload is very high for both guys in that fight, but at one point, once he kind of got fatigued, there was no takedown defense whatsoever, and once the fight went to the ground, he was fairly easily submitted, so that's something you really got to watch out for.
And we've seen with Barriault in his two appearances in the UFC, there's been a lot of clinch work, a lot of forward pressure, but nothing's really been all that successful in either fight. And for Jun Yong Park, when he was taking on Hernandez, he found success in the striking department. He pushed the pace, a lot of volume strikes, and we saw some decent clinch work as well. And we saw it as he came up. I mean, he's a guy that can certainly finish a fight. He's fighting at home here in South Korea. You got Barriault making the switch from Canada over into South Korea. You got 3 Canadians on this card as well, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But for Park, honestly, I mean, coming in as a slight underdog, a plus 105, you got Barriault as minus 125. Je m'excuse, but I'm going to have to pick against the Canadian here. I'm going to go with Park. I think he's going to be able to get it done. His strengths play to the weaknesses of Barriault, and I think that's really going to get it done for him.
See, I feel like since neither guy, I don't think this controversial is an elite talent at 185, the fact that Barriault is a massive middleweight and the fact that Park is somewhat undersized at the weight division, it's going to be a big difference on fight night especially. So I feel like if Barriault can get Park up against Cage, he'll be able to grind his way to a decision. So I'm picking Barriault for the win.
We'll see what happens. You're not going to want to miss our UFC Busan predictions here on YouTube for Fight Night Picks. Let's get into it.